the upper arm and upper body. Leave the racket alone. It's not racket back. It's body turn. I turn initially for a volley. Notice how the left hand is on the racket. I don't go too far with the left hand on the racket, or it'll push my right elbow down. It's a two-part swing. I just turn once, and then now I wait for the oncoming ball as it bounces. The racket and body go down, and then I go back up. When it comes down to beginners, we teach a backswing. It's called a full backswing where the racket's on edge. So now the beginner can conceptualize, can get the feel for the racket falling with gravity. Advanced players, even intermediate players, you want them to just turn to their belly button. Now as they step forward, for every action forward, there's an opposite equal reaction backwards. So you go back in this position. So the racket takes a circular swing. Word picture method. Over the bridge, up the hill, like a hula hoop. Take the racket around the beach ball. The shape of the swing is that of a Ferris wheel. When the racket goes like a Ferris wheel, the ball will go like a bicycle tire. So the racket goes high, low, high. The racket's also going to go inside out. Now the racket doesn't stop at the bottom, but you want to make sure that the right hand gets down by the right knee. Very few players get the racket head below the ball. Most players are just 2 inches below the ball. You're better to strive for 2 feet. But for pitch and topspin, you want to get the racket a foot, 12 inches below the ball. So the racket goes down as if it's going down to the bottom step of the staircase. And now you go up. Both hands near one another, they go up in this position. The left hand works like a reactive brake. It's going to help us balance. It's going to help us elongate the finish. But as we decelerate the left side, it helps us accelerate the right. We're going to stay over the ball with our body. At the impact point, our body's going to be lined up to the net post to the right. And then we relax, and we finish where the belly button faces the net strap. So again, 2-part rhythm. It's 1, you wait for the ball, and then now it's 2. And you go down in this position. You relax the swing from your elbow. When I go backwards, if I just went from my shoulder, the racket goes right back to the impact point. If I went up like this and I release from my wrist, now I drop my shoulder. That means somewhere during the hit, I move the racket this much. We see many players do this with their hand. They have all sorts of movements. But keep in mind that the racket head is an extension of your palm. So goes your palm, so goes your forehand. So it's just like this. I turn with my palm lined up to the ball. I go way underneath, and I lift. I come up vertical to contact point. And remember, I lift up. My eyes and head stay down, but the body lifts up. So again, quickly, just to give you a picture of the forehand, it's very basic, and you want to keep it simple. You want to keep it efficient.